Click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new Screen Rant content.
Is the Oppo findX. So this is actually the hottest phone on the planet right now, purely thanks to its really unique design. Oppo actually has a history of doing kind of insane things with flagship phones, but they don't do them very often. They specialize in them. So now here, in 2018, in this world with lots of notches and compromise, in walks the Oppo findX. The specs, even though they're excellent, are actually probably the most boring part of this phone. So Snapdragon 845, Adreno 630, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, a 3730 mAh battery, Bluetooth 5.0, dual SIM cards. It's a flagship, no doubt. What we're here for is the design, because that's the reason this phone is so hot right now, is the industrial design. On the surface, it looks very modern. Obviously not a whole lot of bezel anywhere. That's the main focus in 2018. Full screen, rounded corners all the way across the front of the phone. But if you look around even more, there's actually elegant touches everywhere. The shape is just a little unorthodox, kind of tapered on the sides, but gives way to this in blue and a purple version actually. This is the purple, which is called Bordeaux Red for some reason. And it has this shimmer just on the outsides of the phone, while the middle stays dark mirror finish. It seems like the 28 thing to do also to have a glass back, but no wireless charging. That's also the case for this phone. But there's a little earpiece up here in the top. They actually got a real speaker up there instead of using an under glass solution. The whole phone is a little on the thick side at 9mm, but I'm totally fine with this, and for me it's more about the solid weight. Like, this phone really feels dense in the hand with all that glass. There's no headphone jack at the bottom, or at all sadly, but it has this unique sort of concave shape with the USB-C port, the speaker, and the dual SIM card tray. And man, there's just a lot of little unique touches like that. The top of the phone also has this shape of like a liquid glass melting into itself, and there's no rear facing or front until you open the top. The entire top of this phone is motorized for both the rear-facing and front-facing camera sensors. And they also make it harder for things like sealing and make it easier to break. And this is the whole top of the phone popping up, so I'm pretty sure you can forget about waterproofing right off the bat. And then when you have this much surface moving, you think about maybe if one grain of sand gets in there, that could be a problem too. It's easier than you think. Obviously, Oppo trusts this a lot though, because as you can see, they have the rear camera, which you use all the time, and the front camera, and a suite of other sensors, including a dot projector and an infrared sensor, all up here because this also does Face ID. You register your face in like 3 seconds flat, and then it's just look at the phone to unlock. It's actually pretty cool. It just pops up, looks at your face real quick, and then goes back down all in about half a second. I'm impressed, not gonna lie. I don't know if it's as secure as Face ID. I honestly kind of doubt it, but if it's not getting fooled easily or tricked by photos, then it's impressive to me out the box. Also, I tried a couple other things just out of curiosity. With this motor, if you push down hard enough, the camera just closes. The motor's just decide it should be closing, and it retracts completely. Probably pretty smart, actually. And then if you put enough resistance on the top while opening the camera and it's trying to launch by itself, it'll pause, wait a second, and then it'll try again, and then just keep holding it, and it'll just keep trying over and over. It's not really going to grind its gears trying to go against resistance, so it has a couple fail-safes built in. But I also found that I can literally pull the top of the phone open. So you can imagine, it's not the most durable mechanism in the world. If a grain of sand gets in there, like I said, that's probably bad news for more of the internal parts. And that just kind of happens sometimes, more than I wish it did. So at the end of the day, I love this, actually. I love what we're getting in this genuinely interesting, creative design in a smartphone. Just when we thought it might have been getting kind of boring with everyone doing a notch and dual cameras and the whole predictable dance, this thing comes in from left field.
Click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new Screen Rant content.